Yo, my bad, man. I had to do a part two. My dumbass got up and got some water, and I accidentally stopped recording. Fuck, my bad about that. But basically, I took a really big hiatus from smoking some bud. Um, I remember when I just got into crystal, I was just man, fuck all this. Like, I'm just fucking sniffing fucking mess from now on. Honestly, that shit was just fucking sick. It was just fucking amazing. For a while, we were getting that real good shit. That azulita shit. And I remember that shit was just amazing. It would just keep you up forever. It made you feel like you were just damn near out of this world. And then see, the thing about me was I always liked being alone. You know? You just, you just feel amazing, but I always just liked being alone. And that's kind of the fucked up part, because you don't see the people you're hurting around you, you know? Like, people just asking you what's wrong, and you saying nothing, like, it's all good? Like, what are you talking about? You're just drinking all day and getting high all day, and you think everything's all good? Like, what? I don't know, like, maybe it's just me. But at the time, like, I didn't see that. I kind of saw it later, you know? But, I mean, yeah, I was practicing the guitar, but, you know, it's just something else. And then, basically, just continue getting high for a while until, you know, a crashed car here and a crashed car there, and borrowed money here and borrowed money there, you know, that shit starts getting played out real quick. You know, you're always just fucking up, and that shit was just fucked up. And then you really start seeing all the bad that it's doing around you, and that it's been doing around you, and that you haven't even noticed, you know. And you do notice it, but you just don't care. And you know, I just remember after a while, because that's basically what broke up the band as well. Just drinking. Um, all of us love to drink. all four of us. You know, the whole band loved to drink. One just as much as the next guy. And a fight here, a fight there. It happens, you know. Eventually one doesn't give a fuck, the other one doesn't give a fuck. Fuck you, fuck that, fuck this. You know, a lot of fucks around and fists are being thrown and people start not giving shit about gays and that's just not right. You know, it's not cool, like, especially like that's not what a band's supposed to be about, you know? Like if you're in a band or in a grupo norteño or in a conjunto norteño, you know what I mean? A rock band, metal band, whatever type of band, you know? Like what are you there for? You know, what do you want to contribute to it? Like, that's what I say. That's what I think, you know? Like, bro, if you don't want to be there, don't be there. No one's forcing anybody to be anywhere, you know? Because I remember at the end of the day, I'm the one that asked the person, you know, the main guy in the band, like, hey, I wanna play the drums, you know. I asked him. He didn't ask me, but you know, now why am I trying to act like a dick or why am I trying to act like that, you know? When he gave me the opportunity, he gave me the shot, you know. Could have just said, nah, what the fuck? I'd rather go pay a fucking experienced drummer. Why would I waste my time with some dude that's just about to start learning this fucking snare drum? You know? But you don't see that shit at the time. At the time, I didn't really think I was going to be a big rock star either, but then you start seeing that you're progressing and doing a little better and that you love the music and that you can see yourself, you know, writing your own corridos and writing your own, you know, canciones and just music, English music, anything, you know. And you know, that's eventually what the drugs did as well. They made me, I don't know, I don't want to say just not be there anymore, but just ruin the relationship with a good band, you know. We were a pretty decent band, nothing out of this world. We weren't, you know, gigging in front of thousands of people, no, but we were gigging, man, all the time for a long time. Thank God. And it was fun. I cherish those moments to this day, and you know that's another reason why I sometimes just say that it's okay, because those are memories that I can cherish till the day I die, you know. But then after a long time, just I remember at this point I had tried just a lot of drugs because I'm tripping. Like I remember in high school I had tried some ecstasy as well. I forgot about that. After that, I had already tried mushrooms at this point. Then like that other shit they used to buy in Chinatown, like the spice, just some other random shit, you know. What else? I think we did some Molly before. But yeah, you know, like it's pretty crazy because you just start meeting people that like fucking around too, you know. And I was kind of more of the person, not, I would just people around work, or, people that you can kind of trust. Like I said in one of the last videos, you can't trust nobody these days, right? But, I don't know, just, after a while, I guess if you're just kind of into that lifestyle, you just know who likes what and know who's down for what and whatnot. But I mean, between me and my bandmates, we were always connected between very good people, and I felt like that part of my life I always kept it reserved just with my bandmates, with the grupo. I never brought anybody from work or any of my friends, but then again, after high school, I didn't really keep any friends like that. Maybe for a while, but not in the long term. Maybe in the very short term. Uh, but honestly, I've always been also grateful to run into some good people that would support me and did support me when the chance came, and they would go see us at gigs and at clubs, and that was very cool. Because again, now I remember another club that we used to play at was up in Pasadena. A couple of clubs in Pasadena we used to play at. We played at a Roseo. We played at Mi Hacienda. We played at La Zona Rosa. Just some cracking ass bars around LA. And that shit was sick. And I'm very grateful because had a lot of people that showed a lot of love. And whenever we would play at a club or something, they would show up, and that shit was cool. Just seeing people that had some love for you and came and supported you. It was a cool, very very nice experience. Very grateful for having people around me like that as well. But then again, this is pretty much a new title. This is it was the best of times, it was the worst of times, part 2, I guess. But that's really what it was for all of these times, because once again, with all these drugs and what alcohol was to me was just, I don't know, it's very hard to explain. For a long time, they got me through a lot of really deep times that, I had to make some very tough decisions in my life. Maybe around 19, and I remember for a while that was just that was the only thing that was there. Weed, 40, High Life, or Mickey's, or some Modelo, and it was just there. And I think the nice thing that it was by choice. I really wasn't into anything else. I didn't want to do anything else. I just want to kind of go back and chill at home with the view of Los Angeles view. And that's what I wanna say about these drugs. And if you happen to see any other videos on what I'm talking about, I'd rather just make a video about them and kind of let you know what I've gone through then. I don't condone them. I don't want anybody to go out and do them just because I'm saying I do them. Just, I'm proud to say right now that I'm 6 years sober from alcohol and all drugs. The only thing I've done is bud, just smoking some weed. I was sober for around, I would say like 2 years completely sober from everything. And then I want to smoke some weed, you know? I want to smoke some bud. Been smoking some bud now for maybe past 3 or 4 years. And just unloading these containers, you know? I've been grateful enough to stay away from the alcohol and the drugs since I've been on the road, and I'm happy I did, because alcohol, drugs, traveling, road, it's just not a good mix. I can just imagine how I would have been kind of thinking of the kind of person I was when I was, back at my original warehouses, acting the way I was, driving the way I was, And that's one thing I tell the homies and the homegirls, don't drink and drive, man. You got Uber these days. That's all I never tell nobody how to live their life or anything, but don't drink and drive. And for anybody that wants to, maybe take a little rest off that shit, just know you can. It's hard, but it's doable, man. It's 100% doable. Do I think about it here and there? Yeah, of course, but bro, of course. But believe me, you'll get to the point when you don't need it. And then you'll get to the point when you just kind of stop thinking about it. Then it'll get to the point when you kind of stop thinking about it for a long time. And then it'll get to the point where you're like, oh yeah, I used to fuck around with that shit. But behind your mind, it's always there. And it's even crazier, when you see somebody that has it, or, you hear about somebody that has it, or something like that, But I don't know, the way I think about it is that first fucking hit, if I were to go back to do it, I could just feel the rush going through your body, damn, honestly, I ain't gonna lie, I don't think there'll ever be another rush like I had it back in those days. I had the blue shit, because I remember back after I got that bomb-ass blue shit, then all the other shit was fucking trash. I took some shit that was oh hell no, this is horrible. But then that's, I guess to that point when sometimes that's the only thing you can find, and you're kind of dealing with people that you don't know, or people that you're just kind of meeting throughout life, and then it's just a little oh damn. you're ending up in places that you've never been to and shit like that, just picking up from random people. And not too random. I would always mostly do it for people from work. But honestly, they're fucking like hood people, shit. You gotta show some love to the streets. You know, the homeboys are the one that got it. Is what it is. Some homegirls had it too, though. Hell yeah. Some homegirls had it too. And, just gotta, give them a little shout out. Like, it is what it is. It's the easiest shit to find. And there's just some dreams that I've had, like, that I feel like it's so real. Like, you're drinking that beer, you know it's real. And, like, you're taking a line of that shit, and you know that shit's real, but then you wake up and you're like, damn, that shit felt so real. That's crazy. But it wasn't, it was just a dream, and I guess that's kind of to the biggest point. It's been a while since I got the urge to drink. It's been a cool little minute. It was maybe like, I would say like 4 months ago, but before that, it really was like 5 years ago. But thankfully, everything's good, and I haven't felt like that in a very long time again, and I'm happy to feel like that. But man, sometimes it's good to reminisce just sometimes on those times, being able to get out, smoke a bowl, drink a beer, look outside the window, and just kind of think about life, like I said. Like, you think about what you want to do in life. You think about, what you have done, what's in front of you, and let me tell you right now, I was like 19 at that time. I thought that it was going to be forever until I was 30. And time flew by. I'll tell you that straight up. Time flies. Before you know it, 2 years flew by. Then next thing you know, another 2 years, and you're still thinking, it's all good. And another two, and another two. And next thing you know, you're like, oh shit. But, I mean, like I said, I'm just happy, I was able to get out of that lifestyle with the family that still had a lot of love for me, because it was tough on them too, very tough on them, and, just the people around that loved me, and, it's kind of more what to be grateful about. Because for a long time it wasn't cool, I'm driving with no license, driving with, my registration expired, plates expired, I never got pulled over, thankfully, no insurance, fuck, and on top of that, you got beer in the car, you're drinking, I was drinking and driving, and I had, like I said, I always had a fucking 2 8 balls on me, so it was just, I don't know, man. It was just the best of times. It was the worst of times. Because I know there's a lot of people that live like that. It's funny because whenever I tell somebody my story, they go, well, fuck, I was worse. I'm like, what? Like, yeah, I was like that for 10 years. Like, damn. Like, goddamn. My bad. I shouldn't say God's name in vain, right? But, like, just don't drink and drive. You got the time to go to AA classes and go to fucking driving school, whatever. But, I don't know. That shit ain't worth the time and the money. That shit is not worth the time and the money. Better off getting an Uber. But, like I said, like, what I want this to be is just another channel. Like, I just uploaded this just to talk about that. Like, I might as well start getting shit up and letting you know what kind of channel this is gonna be. And, I do want to talk about things like that. Like, just people to be open and talk about their experiences. And I wouldn't call myself successful, but I'm happy I got out of that lifestyle. And I think it's always good to have a good laugh about it, because I have a lot of good funny stories. And, I hope people can share theirs, and I'll just keep sharing mine. I don't know how I'm gonna post. I'm gonna try to work all these hours and try to work as much as I can. I'll see when I get a chance to post again, and more than anything, everybody just be safe, alright?